Alright, we've got most of the structural steel in. We need to put interstitial pieces kind of in these. If you look at the PDF in the roof plan, you can see where those go if you zoom in, so I'll let you do that. Here's one, here's one. You can see one here in between these two posts. So we're just going to go in and fill those guys in. So I'm just going to go to my structural plan, top of slab, and I'm going to go to column, structure, and I'm going to pick the 4x2 by 3/16 from the type selector. If you don't have it, you can go to load family and just go to your structural columns and steel and get them from there, from the HSS. Okay, so once you pick that, it's going to give you the option to place it, and it's doing depth, and I'm going to go ahead and pick height, and I'm going to connect it to bottom of parapet, and it's right now it's going to be on the bases at top of slab. So once I have those two things set, which will get us close to where we want to be, I can come in here and I want to find the midpoint. You can see it snapping to that triangle as the midpoint. Then I'm going to tap the space bar to rotate that column, right, and it'll place it there. I could, now that it's rotated, I can come pick it here, right? And once I have those two columns, I want to adjust them. I can adjust them now vertically, or I can copy them all around and then adjust them. So I can go ahead and place some more columns. So let's do that. We'll just come through and place another column here. Hit the space bar to reorient it. Same thing here. And over here. And here. And I know these are not going exactly where I want them to go. And here we have two that are equally spaced, so I'm going to tap the space bar to reorient that and just put two in here. And I'm going to come in and draw an annotation to align these equally. So if I go to the Annotate tab and go to Align Dimension, I can pick from the midpoint of that column to the midpoint, to the mid, to the mid, and then I'm just going to pull off and pick on nothing. And if I do that and I zoom out a little bit, you'll get this little EQ, and if I click that EQ, it will snap those guys into an equal relationship, and then I can just delete that and unconstrain it. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the west elevation. So if I go to the west elevation, here we are. If you need to see your columns, if they're showing up just as lines, you can change your detail level from coarse to medium. And then I'm just going to pick this column, and I believe this is -6 and this might be -4, so I'm going to change that top offset just to see -6 inches, and I'll change the base offset to -4 inches and see, yeah, that works. So I want all of my columns to be set to that, so I can right click on this one, select all instances in entire project, and then set the base offset to -4 inches and the top offset to -6 inches. And it'll adjust all those columns. Now one thing you can notice here too is that all of these beams have a little offset, which is not exactly what we want for our model. So I'm going to pick this beam, right click on it, select all instances in entire project, and you'll see it has a start join cutback and an end join cutback. I want to set both of those to 0 and apply. And so now you'll see they don't cut back. Mostly that's for steel connections because you want to have a little bit of room. Let's go back to our 3D view. So now we have all the interstitials in and we've adjusted the cutback. When we come back, we'll work on the exterior walls.